Oh, they'll be calling you a radical, so do these KENAI numbers. Oh, I had a hunch it was going to be really ugly. We're still not over 1,000. It's, you know, the longest day of the year. The entire spring run's over here. I mean, this year, 2024, is half over here in just a few days. You know, happy summer solstice up there in Alaska. I imagine what a cool time up there used to be. You know, sunlight up there on the Kenai almost all day. 989 for the day? No. For the week? No. For the month? No. For the year. Now remember, the worst number in the history ever recorded was last year, 1975. Now remember, there's absolutely no fishing. Zero. It's shut off. No tribal takeout, no gill netting, no dip netting, no commercial, no retail, no nothing. 900, and this is by, these are traditionally, should be 100 times that. Now this is all collapsed post-Fukushima. The ocean was incredibly healthy on March 10th, 2011. That's unarguable. The greatest outlier in human history. This is important I record because nobody else is on this shit. Let's see if we get a purple flashing eye here on the solstice. Right, it's right over the sun tunnels. Yeah, that's the sun tunnels right there where it's sent down, which were built for this exact moment right now. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there right now. Robert Smithson's wife. Boy, it's lighting up purple, isn't it? Whoa. So this is important. This is the greatest acute, well, it's what an ecological catastrophe. Oh, it's so fluorescent, so anymore. Happy solstice to all you up there on top of the world. In that incredible place on the Yukon, on the Kenai, on the peninsula, on the top of the Pacific Ocean. Whoa. So, let's talk about this. To nausea, right? Kevin Blanch? Beyond a broken record. My dad's inheritance. $989 for the year. Last year, 1975, that number is catastrophic. First game. I mean, the Chinook salmon is the marquee species, especially on the Kenai. The Columbia's a catastrophe. They're all a catastrophe. Now remember, Chinook salmon go to sea for 5 years. Remember, this collapse didn't start till 2016. 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, we had record numbers on the Kenai, the Nushak, you know, the Fraser in British Columbia, the Columbia, a mighty beast, 3/4 of a mile long, the Rogue, you know, the Willamette, damn it, the Jedediah Smith. This is a catastrophe that just shoots. All pour into the Pacific Ocean. The salmon come home. They live in the ocean. The steelhead salmon, yes, they're salmon. They go to sea 1 year. They come back. They're called a half pounder. They go back out again for the second year. And their life cycle's over. They started to collapse on cue 2012, 2013. Not the Chinook. The Chinook were just thriving. The gray whales were thriving. The Humpbacks were thriving so much, you know, that's where they live up there. That long journey to Hawaii. They were thriving so well that they just, in 2010, they were pulled off the endangered list. Just thriving. The Pacific Ocean was so, the tide pools, incredibly healthy. Then, boom, Fukushima happens. They cover it up. They lie, see no nuclear energy, and everybody just plays along. I'm like, bullshit. I did the due diligence on these reactors. I knew they were in meltdown. That's what I used to do at the #1 school business in the country. I knew these things couldn't handle a Mach 1, Mach 2. I knew these cores were completely blown to smithereens on anything over a 7, 8. This was a 9. I knew it was over. This energy I knew was going to be pushing the Pacific Islands. It's going to, an unforeseen energy, I mean, so hot, so incredible, these 3 suns, was going to pour into the Pacific Ocean. It was going to boil the fucking ocean, and it was going to take out the plankton. And I knew it was going to create a chain reaction, which I predicted all this, and I says, and, you know, people wouldn't believe me. So I got cancer in 2011, working the coast of California, showing this acute class. Oh, and then they come out later and agreed with me. Oh, it's just wasting disease. What caused wasting disease? Because it acutely happened. This isn't some, you know. And by the way, global warming is very real. But Fukushima is the contributor, our nuclear energy. We know factually that global warming has been going on since the 1930s, 1940s, like this. So in 2012, you're telling me why? Because now we have all the data on the wells right there. Big fish eat little fish. Now you do know what a Chinook salmon eats. Anchovy sardines. What does an anchovy and sardine eat? Big fish eat little fish. What is a orca's the only one? They eat Chinook. Now they've starving and moved out of their domains, feeding on dolphin, feeding on whatever they get. They're where they shouldn't be. Whales are plankton feeders. The gray whales, and, you know, everybody laughed at me when I started calling the starvation event walking the coast of California. Now, the 75 biologists in Alaska, in Oregon and Washington have all gotten together and they're agreeing. They're like, yeah, Kevin Blanch is right. It was a starvation event that happened in the Bering Sea. Yeah, well, it happened all over. And it, when? 2012. Just like I said, I did the work. I showed my PhD in a transparent way. To be a traditional, real PhD, you hypothesize, and these are full-blown out now that's going to boil the Pacific Ocean. Then you have to do field work. I did 13 years of field work. Fucking tide pools. I hope to be in San Diego on Saturday on tide pools. Full moon. You'll be able to see it tonight. So, I mean, historic, in uncropped, rough cut, hours and hours of at historic low fucking tide, all up and down the coast, sleeping in a sleep bag with no, I mean, fuck, I think about the work I've done gliding across. It's absolutely incredible, some of that footage I have. So much fucking area covered so quickly, so fast, so beautifully, so good. Just wasting disease. Okay. Well, I'm still waiting. What caused wasting disease? I'm waiting. Oh, global what? What? Global warming? Starting 20. What caused the great starvation event in the wells, which happened 2012? Oh, global what? So all these biologists, everybody's agreed now that something crazy happened in 2011 and 2012. How about the heat dome over the western United States predicted? How about the fires, Fructonian fires in the trees, all predicted by Kevin Blanch? All 2011, the greatest drought in 1,200 years, directly off Fukushima. You can see it right as the jet stream, right? The heat bubble. I named it the Great Western North America Heat Dome in 2011, 2012. This is the greatest drought in 1,200 fucking years. How about the Muir collapse, the starvation? How about the sills and the sea lion starvation of it? This is all fucking unarguable evidence now. I don't do opinion. We have all the data now. This number on the KENAI fucking blows my mind. 989. It's 20% lower than last year, and last year's number was freaky fuck. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, to think that the king Chinook salmon on the Kenai could possibly go extinct, so plentiful, so big, so hallowed, so safe. Who would ever fucking believed it? Well, I guess people thought that was the dodo bird, with the carrier pigeon, with the ivory-billed woodpecker. that this is the Chinook salmon. First came the goddess salmon. Well, we know absolutely unarguably now that fucking Kevin Blanch is the greatest PhD probably in human history. We know unarguable because we have all the data. We have the salmon data. We have the weather. We have it all. We know there was the greatest fucking outlier since Krakatoa. 418. I think it's bigger now. Happened in 2011 in the Pacific Ocean. We absolutely know that. That's unarguable fucking gilded in gold, cast in concrete science. So what was it? So what was it? We have to start looking for the culprit. We know. So could it possibly be another Krakatoa formed and coated fucking soot all over the earth and blacked it out? Well, that didn't happen. Did a meteor hit? I mean, it had to be something gigantic. Did every fucking oil tanker and ship liner fucking actually blow up and fucking leak at the exact same time? Was there some kind of underground volcano that was so fucking giant? No. Oh, was there a 9-point mega earthquake that shifted the earth off its axis and there were fucking nuclear reactors there that fucking blew up? And that's just the ones we know. Most likely more than that. At least 3 full core. We'll go with the 3, but I know at least 4. Who knows on Fukushima, Diani. We had a live cam. That's the activists in the sea had the live cam on Fukushima. That's how we know. So their answer's been to kettle me and hide my work. You know? Well, that's what they do with the J store. You stay in the academia. What are they going to do? Get my golden handcuffs and stay at Cal Berkeley or at, San Diego State or Weber State and, present my PhD in the J store? No, remember when YouTubers called themselves the Great Equalizer? Well, that's before in 2018 when net neutrality. Fucking unbelievable. This case should come down tomorrow. I think it'll be ruled by tomorrow, the Supreme Court. It's going to be a big one on the First Amendment and what Google and big tech has been doing to internet kettling, squashing me, taking down videos for what? Telling the fucking truth? Huh. I mean, I was so good at what I did. I knew that this genre was about retention. I knew the search engine was about retention, not view count. I got an email from Google one time, this few years back, quite a few years back, that my retention was one of the top 10 YouTube sites on the face of the planet. Now, us as YouTube pioneers, my site's 2009. The pioneers YouTube, eaten by the very monster that we created. Used to Google salmon collapse, used to Google Fukushima meltdowns. I mean, dozens and tons of related subject matter. 19 of the 20 sidebar would be Kevin Blanch with his truth. I'm competing against Reuters, I'm against BBC, ABC, CNN, Operation Foxconn News, all the propagandists. I'm kicking their ass. Now, who could do that? Well, I did it. Why I'm full of cancer with no fucking money. Huh. Fuck, all these years later, I'm still there. Oh my God. Open heart surgery twice? Fuck. Slander me? Yeah. I think about this all the time. A lot of them are gone, but do you think there was really a couple dozen people all over the internet, Facebook pages, YouTube, fucking Reddit, Twitter feeds all over that were 100% committed to slandering Kevin Blanch all day? Why? You think they were really that fucking bored? Of course not. They were paid to do it. You name it. They tried every dirty trick in the world on me. I'm still here. I'm hanging on like the fucking Chinook salmon. So it's a heartbreaking fucking deal. But this evidence has to be presented, right? There's that full, oh my God, look at that full moon. Oh, 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 oh. So I'm hoping to get there. What a beauty, huh? Holy shit, what a beauty. So let's go get a look at this beast. The bridge is out on my road here, out here by the Great Salt Lake. And so, fuck, I need a new fucking car, man. I mean, I've been fucking needing one of those for years. I've been limping along, beaters, whatever I can get my hands on for fucking years now. Fuck. Holy shit, look at the fucking full moon. Oh, wow. I don't know, it's only something. So why you... Well, I'm my dad's representative. Wow. Look at that beauty. So all these historic full moon cycles, fuck, the things I've seen on the full moon cycles on the ocean in this past 13 years. Holy shit. Eclipses. I've got footage of some of the lowest fucking tides in literally 100 years. I mean, some of the stuff I've seen with the animals on the ocean in the middle of nowhere, I mean, I could never explain them. You know, a lot of the work out there, I didn't even have a YouTube camera. So, this old beater's had it, man. It's got almost 300,000 on it. I got a wheel bearing going out. There we go. There. Oh God, my heart. Whoa! Oh, leukemia. Holy shit, what a journey. So, first thistle bloomed. I used to snip. These are not native. These are Scottish thistles. They're beautiful, and I snip them, but I'd rub them right there where my tumors were, the top of them. Used to do all kinds of crazy organic shit, trying to survive this fucking AML de novo leukemia in my body. You know, so it's been a hell of a journey, and thank you everybody who has supported this historic work. You know, without you, it wouldn't have got done, and it's that historic. Now, granted, people can't find me. I'm in under kettle, and I'm a broken record on Balco, but it has to be done. You know, it's got to be done. And so this has to be recording history because this is, well, it actually blows my fucking mind. 989, and it's the fucking solstice. It's the 20th. The spring run is over on the 30th. We got 10 more fucking days. Oh my God, I think they had 24 today. I mean, and it's up and down every river. We have all the data now. You know, you denied all my work, but so what happened so radically and crazy in 2011? What the fuck happened? And this crazy psycho place goes more in nuclear. I mean, talk about it. I mean, it's the United States is a insane assault. I've been talking to my grandkids about them. They're both marquee soccer players. I mean, international marquee soccer players. The 2011 kids, you wouldn't believe it. You got people all over the country recruiting these beasts. I'm like, well, you need to get out of here anyway. You can't stay in the United States. There's no future for the youth here. The place is poison. The place is toxic. It's basically an outdoor. Well, it's not even outdoor. The United States is an insane asylum. What, 50% of the population is on some kind of psych drug? And that's not the ones self-medicating. I mean, the country is fucking, who did it? The Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. These creeps. You know, Gorbachev. What took down the old Soviet Union? The invasion of Afghanistan. The meltdown at meltdown at Chernobyl. And they still have you believing, I mean, what kind of insane asylum that 3 meltdowns at Fukushima, Japan is more than one, Winston? Huh. Not to mention they spent fuel pools full of MOX fuel that 780,000 men at Chernobyl entombed. Had no spent fuel pools as a new reactor, and it was horrible. It was a graphite reactor that blew up. They entombed. Why do you think they even went under it? You don't think China syndrome is real? Then why is the camera showing there when they get in TEPCO? And we're talking 4,800, almost 4,900 days later. Fuck, we're going on 5,000 fucking days. And they still can't get a camera. And the camera you're getting, you see just big gaping fucking hole. Where do you think it's at? It's in the Pacific fucking Ocean. You know how hot a core is inside a reactor? Just Google it around. That's with not fission meltdown. When it melts down, well, we know that Mach 1 they did recently in South Korea, which was a fission event, which that's what's going on in these 3 cores pushed down. It recorded for 48 seconds at 100 million degrees. How hot do you think these fucking cores are in the Pacific Ocean? Well, it broke the chain. It's unarguable data the Pacific Ocean radically, acutely fucking spiked up. It's unarguable data that cancer, leukemia, the hallmark, spiked right here in 2011, 2012. Longevity headed south. These are not coincidences. We don't do coincidence. We don't say we're mystified, we're baffled, we're stumped, we're alarmed, we're curious. We don't go there, do we? Wow, look at that. Good time. I can't believe what a selfish fucking country this is. People don't care. I mean, our very own mother. It's the Pacific Ocean. Come on. It's Chinook. It's the gray whale. I mean, what gets more hollow than those beasts? I said, I've lived here for 64 years, been all over. I'm an outdoorsman. I'm an ecologist, you know. I'll tell you something that really blows my mind here. This is where the Weaver River dumps into the Great Salt Lake right here. No fucking birds. I mean, there's so few. John Weaver got here. Jim Bridger got right here 200 years ago right now. You know, I mean, my whole life, the jackrabbits, but it's the birds. I always sit out here and count species. I get well over 100. Just till recently, there's no fucking birds. The Great Salt Lake's rose 7 feet, and the heat dome's shifted that way. Global warming. Well, there's 2 conclusions. Global warming accelerated in 2012 in the Pacific Ocean. That's unarguable. Who accelerated? Let's see, 3 fucking full-blown up meltdowns. How hot are they, those cores? Where they at? They're in the Pacific Ocean. They dump water and push it. Storms rise up. The heat dome. How about the pine trees? Plutonium fires getting in the needles. All hypothesis. This energy is going to get. You know how a pine needle stays green all. Energy gets inside the fucking needle. And it stores it. I says they're going to get too much and they're going to fucking. These fires were unforeseen. Spontaneous fires right in the direct path of Fukushima, all predicted by which I named plutonium fires. Predicted it. I mean, I'm on the coast fucking telling me, oh, it's beetles. I says, no, it ain't fucking beetles. You can talk to any fire marshal. California, Idaho. By the way, Idaho fucking burns more than even California. Oregon, Washington. My buddy, remember Tim, never caught a paper fish? He sent me that video. I posted online right there when everything's burning. Do you know he burned it at? In Oregon. That dude was awesome. I love that guy. Fuck, that dude was half fish. I mean, I'm so connected with so many people and then so much work. We absolutely know all this happened in 2011. So what was it? Global warming went like this in 20. Global warming is very real. And I got a great. You don't think nuclear is responsible for global warming? I got a great idea. Let's boil all the Earth's fucking water. That's all these are. Water boilers. Not to mention the uranium tailings. Not to mention the fucking centrifuge process turning uranium-238 and 235. Not to mention the meltdowns. Dirty fucking. I mean, and we want more. Because what? Bill Gates said so? No fucking birds out here. It actually blows my mind. Really blows my mind how there are no birds this year. Very shit. Bunch of greedy, selfish fuckers is what they are. It's around. There's plenty of those around. That weather vane on my house, I made that, but the sunflower, it used to stab in my lawn. Lake Baird himself, handyman, made that. In his yard, why talking? Yeah, the cover-up kingpin. He knows. They all fucking know. But greed, they don't give a fuck about the ecology. I mean, and everybody's like, well, what about the people? What about, well, fuck, we know it's already happened. I can't even talk where the demic came from. But, I mean, it's already affecting people. People are living less. The cancer rates are off. Yeah, survival rates are way up on cancer. Yeah, we're still living less. Fuck. I mean, this is what we call acute, not chronic. It was chronic until 2011. This acute catastrophe, the greatest outlier in human history, happened in the Pacific Ocean. That's unarguable now. Happened in 2011. So, can any of you explain what it was? Oh, I know what it was. 3 full core meltdowns, which is more likely 4, 5, or 6. We'll say 3. 8 spent fuel pool. The energy pushed into the sun. They've never done anything about it. They didn't entomb it. They sent 32 ships into Senate. Obama, Rahm Emanuel crew backed them out. Make it. So how about the USS Reagan? There's more evidence. How about the cancer rate there? Cover that one up. Those two are here every night. They make a lot of noise. I love them too. They go at it, but that's it. There's the mate right there. Those two got a lover's quarrel from hell going on. Well, not from hell. There's something else. So, anyway, I need a new fucking car. I mean, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do, but hopefully I can get to San Diego this weekend or Monterey. You know, we'll see how that works out. So, nightmare, right? I can't believe it. You know, I really had my eye on the KENAI this year, and I'm like, because that number was so low last year. Fuck, I can't believe it. You know, they're 100-pound beasts there. They're the biggest of the biggest, the greatest of the greatest. I mean, it's such a howled, historic fucking place. By my way, my buddy, Randy, who lived right over here, you know, the rich dude, fucking never gave me 5 cents. Helped out my cause. He bought the cannery on the KENAI. He bought the whole cannery. Me and him used to argue with that. That fucker dropped dead this year. 68 out of nowhere. I mean, everybody out here. Well, don't country, what am I talking about? So, the Great Pacific Genocide, 2011, you know, and I didn't make these shirts. The Chesapeake Kid, this is all my lingo. He made them. So, you know, he comments, Dell, in the comments. So, people want to buy one, hit him up. Hit him up, because I have a few, I gave most of them away. You know, they're cool as hell. So, we're getting a few mosquitoes. That's another thing. No bats. We always have bats this time of year. So, anyway, stay in tune it.